Hello, I thought I would actually appear on camera for a change. Partly because I keep hearing stories that the temperature's dropping, it's getting colder and so on, but not here. There might be slightly less daylight, but it's beautiful. The other reason, a new word. I'm going to introduce a new word into the world, and that is nurture. It's a joining together of nature and art. We just put an extra R in it between the A and the T. It's where it's at. It's the R. So what have we got there? We've got the N. Well, that's basically the sine wave. Like you get on a heart monitor, the movement of the sun, the movement of the moon, it goes up and down and it's linear. And we're in a realm that has linear time, or the perception and measurement called linear time. There is an art in everything. Just look around you. I can't really do it. I wonder if I can turn the camera around. Let's see. No, it's not going to let me turn the camera around. If I can just turn the phone around. There you go. The natural green screen. Hopefully it showed up. So the sine wave, the art, that leaves U ray. U and then RE, which is ray. Don't forget the vowel shift. It's not. How do you pronounce some of these letters? You see, depends on which era and which scene in this world stage that you're at. So sine wave, art, R, sorry, U and then ray. So that's you, and you beam a ray out. It's what you radiate out onto the natural green screen. It's a neutral field. Can I prove this? Yes, pretty much. I could probably point to an infinite number of times, and I think most people can relate to this. When you say things like, "This was the last thing I wanted to happen," or "My worst fears have come true." Well, that's because you focused energy into it, you put feeling into it, and of course, the neutral field now matches your frequency. So it attunes to you, to what you've attuned yourself to. Now, whose responsibility is it when you draw certain things towards you, you see? And we all do it, so in some ways I could have a feeling of lack. Things are very critical financially on a personal level, so yes, I am appealing. Hopefully you find that appealing. Notice the way the words can be said, and appealing is, think of it like an apple or an orange fruit. When you're peeling layers or peeling layers of an onion. Thank you, Steve, for the inspiration for this one. I mentioned about know your onions. There's white, there's red, and there's brown skins. And on, but it should be you I on, but it's an I on. In this reality, because things always come out the wrong way round, but there should be a union within oneself, which is your onion. So it's I on. So you've got your angel and demon, switch them both on, way up with the eye between, with the mind's eye, which is basically a lighthouse to the heart. Home is where the heart is, after all. And Steve said, "Well, what about yellow?" Well, this is the beauty of it. To know nothing is to know everything. I don't know. I've not put any attention onto how many different varieties of onion there are, but I'm pretty sure there are yellowish onions. But look at me, I'd be classed as white, but with this tan, I'm more sort of brown, sort of reddish brown skinned than I am white, and I don't know how it looks on the camera, but probably I've got a slightly yellowish tinge, so I've got the whole lot anyway. Now somebody is going to probably say, "What about black?" Well, that's where everything starts. That's where the out of Africa theory comes from. Nature starts in soil, and the richest soil is always the darkest soil. But if you want to put labels and specifics onto things, I'm not having a go at you, Steve. I'm glad you brought this up because you inspired this video, and thank you, Lana. You also inspired this video. To know everything is to know nothing. To know nothing is to know everything. Well, I don't know this, but something said do it, and by observation. And if you are eating at the moment, pause the video because of what I'm about to say. It's a little bit graphic, and I wouldn't want to spoil your appetite. Okay, what I'm going to say is, I've noticed every time I use the toilet, my shit basically smells of garlic, because I basically most days have one clove of garlic in anything I cook. And I don't seem to get bitten by mosquitoes very often. It seems to be like a repellent. It's not overpowering taste or smell of garlic, but it's just interesting that the body has sort of used it. And something I mentioned to Lana, it's also good for the blood as well as garlic, is turmeric. But to me, I see. It helps your blood flow, the garlic and the turmeric, or turmeric, however you wish to say it. And I'm finding, without even consciously planning this, just going through this experience, using garlic as a flavour enhancer, and something inside said, just go with this. And I don't dislike garlic, but if it's like overpowering, then yeah, I can understand, and it doesn't suit everybody's palate. But my experience is it really helps, because you've got these things called mosquitoes. Interesting, you've got mosquito. You've got, I believe there's some sort of conflict going on. Can't hear it here, no sign of it here whatsoever. Russia and Ukraine, so Russia, there's Moscow. Now apparently there's another one. I suppose they've got to replay the victim persecution story at some point. They've played it pretty much every other story over the last few years. So let's go for the big sympathy votes. Let's go for the 6 million prizes on this one. It's a big business. And also it's playing out Albert Pike's letter to Mancini, I seem to recall as well. It's like, are they trying to make Albert Pike a prophet? Because there would be a lot of profiteering going on out of these rumours of wars and things. But again, I see nothing, I hear nothing. Not in this world. And I'm not giving any attention to it. What will be, but it's not going to affect me. It's not being selfish, it's just, I'm not falling for all this bullshit. This world is like an insane asylum. And why do things keep happening? Because people keep focusing and giving their attention. You are paying attention to things that you could actually do a lot better with your time and just get on with enjoying and living. How do I feel? I feel pretty content. And the only way you're ever going to know anything, to know if you're on the right path, is through feeling. And I feel absolutely marvellous. I don't feel exceptionally happy. I don't feel fearful or negative about anything. I'm pretty neutral about it all and just enjoying it as it is. So, yes, the new word is nurture. So I shall be introducing that into the new vocabulary. It's like time we took hold of the script and even the language and worked it as we wish to use it, because it's how we communicate. It's like, thank you system for giving it to us, but we can actually refine it and make it into something better, and we can define words accurately, not with this duality meaning to things, which is to confuse people. Let me just give you one example of that. Now, if I was to say, I would like you to pray for me. Now, did I spell that P-R-E-Y or P-R-A-Y? How do you know which way I've said it? Now, hear what I say. I would like you to pray for me. Now, when I emphasize it, does that not sound a bit sinister? So you can see the casting spells. I'd like you to pray for me as automatically accepted of, oh, heavenly dummy in the sky, please help this person, blah, 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 because they're feeling lack. They're feeling inadequate. They're feeling they haven't got. So while they're feeling they haven't got, that's what you manifest. See, there's an example of that neutral field matching your frequency, because you radiate out a negative polarity setting into the neutral field. So the neutral field will match whatever you radiate out. It's that simple. So you can counterbalance that. You can do the pole shift. Remember, the world is not just the world in the world stage. You are an individual nation. You are an individual world. You are a sovereign individual. You are your own universe. It is you inverse that you are looking at. Anyway, I wish you all a beautiful day. One that is free of stress and where you feel that peace, calm and tranquility. Not too much of a positive thing, because then maybe the next day might feel like an anticlimax, and I don't want to wish that upon you either. So I wish you contentment and happiness and love to you all.